All right, tonight, the Fort Bragg Timberwolves open the NCL 1 League play against the Clear Lake Cardinals. I'm Lindy Peters from MendocinoTV.com. The junior varsity has just defeated the Clear Lake Cardinal junior varsity team by a score of 38-20. So tonight, the Timberwolves, who are 3-0, they have not lost, take on the Cardinals, who are 0-2. I want to remind our viewers that this is a gratis broadcast tonight. We don't have any sponsors. We're doing this on our own time. We're donating our time and effort to put this broadcast out on MendocinoTV.com, mainly for the folks over in Lake County who were unable to make it over to the game tonight. Now, the Snack Shack tonight, all the proceeds, not a portion of the proceeds, all the proceeds from the Snack Shack tonight, are going to the victims of the Valley Fire. The Timberwolves are behind me, and they're ready to howl. We're ready to rock here at Timberwolves Stadium under the lights tonight. It's the Fort Bragg Timberwolves and the Clear Lake Cardinals coming to you live on MendocinoTV.com. Get set for a raucous ball game here tonight, led by their captain quarterback, Kaylor Sullivan, who's setting all kinds of passing records in his senior year for the Fort Bragg Timberwolves. They run that no-huddle offense. They come up to the ball quickly. Their defense has done well, and they beat El Molino, they beat Del Norte, and they beat South Fork. And although the El Molino game was a little close, and perhaps Del Norte as well, they've actually done a pretty good job against their opponents both offensively and defensively. So this is going to be a good one tonight. Get set. It's the Fort Bragg Timberwolves and the Clear Lake Cardinals. We're going to have all the action for you here coming tonight live on MendocinoTV.com. And for those of you that want to watch it online, it's embedded into the website, and you can watch it at any time, anywhere, on any device that picks up a website. So get set. It's high school football. It's excitement tonight from Timberwolves Stadium. The weather's clear. The wind is calm. Shouldn't be a factor. Football coming up on MendocinoTV.com, and these guys are ready. As we get set for tonight's game, talk to both head coaches. The Clear Lake Cardinals, as I mentioned at the outset, they're 0-2. They have not won a game yet this year, and they're pretty young. They've got a lot of juniors. They've got 4 sophomores suited up tonight, and their coach says that offensively they're going to run some spread. They're going to run some two-back offense. They're also going to run double tight end formations. They're going to kind of mix it up a little bit. Their quarterback, Tyler Dorr, will be wearing number 9. You might be watching him warming up right now as I talk about the Cardinals. Defensively, they're probably going to run a 3-4 and sometimes even a 3-5. It's no secret that the Fort Bragg Timberwolves throw the football and throw it often. And so defensively, a lot of teams are going to load up their linebackers and their defensive backs and probably go with a 3-man line. Now, that could be good for the Timberwolves because with the 3-man line, obviously, Kaylor Sullivan will have more time to throw the football, but to be honest, he doesn't take a lot of time to throw the football. He reads his options pretty quickly and gets rid of the football fairly fast as well. And so defensively, what you want to do to stop the Timberwolves really is to load up your defensive backfield and your linebackers and try and do the best cover job you can with the receivers as they go out. Now for the Fort Bragg Timberwolves, talking to head coach Roy Perkins, obviously they run their no-huddle spread offense, and he's really excited about their defense this year as well. The last couple of years, the Timberwolves have had a very potent offense, and their defense has been pretty good too. But this year, their defense is featuring some pretty good hitters. You might watch for Zach Silva. He'll get his first start defensively for the Timberwolves tonight. He'll be wearing number 74, and boy, he can bring it. As they say, he can pop. And also defensively, Matt Hodala, they call him the Kraken. At linebacker, he had a great year last year. He's going to follow it up this year as well. And there's some other good hitters that the Cavender, Michael and Jesse, both of them are good hitters. And Sam Perkins, some folks call him the Iron Man. He's the anchor of their offensive line and defensive line as well. And just all the way around, offensively, they're scoring a lot of points, and defensively, they're looking pretty good too. So defensively, as I mentioned, the Timberwolves have traditionally had a good defense, but this year they're stepping up a little bit to complement their high-powered offense, and they have a pretty good all-around team. Now, offensively, Kaylor Sullivan, their senior quarterback now, who really emerged on the junior varsity team a couple years ago, and then last year as a junior was really an outstanding quarterback. He got hurt in the last game of the year against the regular season game against the Cloverdale Eagles. He hurt his hand in the basically was a championship game, and was unable to play the second half of that game. But the Timberwolves, without him, weren't quite the same offense. You saw it in their first playoff game, their only playoff game in which they were defeated. So that's how the season ended last year, in a playoff game that they felt they were a little bit short-handed without their quarterback, Kaylor Sullivan. This year, he's healthy. That wrist is fine. He's really fired up. And if there's anything really to look for tonight, the Timberwolves hopefully won't have a letdown because, like I said, the Cardinals have not won yet. They're still looking for their first win. The Timberwolves are undefeated. This is a home crowd. There's a lot of people here tonight excited about the game. And again, we want to send our thoughts and prayers to the folks over in Lake County and Lakeport, where Clear Lake High School is located, in Middletown and Cobb, and the entire region there where the Valley Fire has been so devastating. So many people have lost their homes. They've lost all their possessions. A lot of people have even lost their jobs, and it's really been a tough time over in Lake County. So we thought tonight that we would broadcast this game without sponsors. There's no money being handed over to anybody. This is all volunteer. Thanks to Terry Vaughn, I'm Lindy Peters, and we're very happy to do this, not only for the folks in Fort Bragg, but for the folks over in Lake County as well. The captain's going out to midfield now. Deller Sullivan and Sam Perkins. Tyler Dorr.
Number 17, Isaac Lewis.
Along with Isaac Lewis.
Number 62, Shane Taffy.
Shane Taffy and
Number 63,
Gerardo Martinez are the captains for the Clear Lake Cardinals. So they're going to toss the coin, and we're going to get ready to go here. They play 12-minute quarters in high school football. This is ideal conditions. It is a little chill in the air. Obviously, fall has set in here, now heading towards late September. And beautiful day here along the Mendocino coast today. It's clear. We haven't seen that fog roll in like sometimes it will in Timberwolves Stadium and kind of chill things down. So it should be a good day all the way around. The weather should not affect this game. I walked out on the field just a little while ago. There are some spots where the grass is a little, I wouldn't say ideal, but overall the field's in really good condition. So there are some places that are a little slick. Remember, we did get some rain a couple of days ago. So there are some areas where there might be some difficulty with their footing. Fort Bragg has won the toss. They will be receiving the kickoff and will be set to go. But right now the Fort Bragg High School Choir is going to give us the national anthem. So we'll see if we can't take a listen.
For the
Fort Bragg High School Choir. They've got a great music program at Fort Bragg High School these days, and beautifully done as we get set to go. I want to mention, too, that the Snack Shack here tonight, all the food has been donated by various businesses in Fort Bragg. All the proceeds from the Snack Shack, every cent, is going to help the victims of the Valley Fire in Lake County. We realize here in rural Northern California, we're pretty much isolated here. We got to all take care of each other. So our hats off to the folks here in Fort Bragg that have donated their goods and food to the Snack Shack in order that they can raise that money and send it over to the folks who really need it there that are victims of the Valley Fire. So here we go. We're all set. I'm Lindy Peters along with Terry Vaughn here for MendocinoTV.com. And this is our first broadcast of this year. We're excited to be able to bring you this game here tonight. Shane Giacconi is back deep to receive. Along with him is Tyler Baker as the Cardinals get ready to kick this off. Fort Bragg moving left to right across your television screens or video screens, wearing their home purple with their gray pants and gray helmets. Clear Lake, of course, with that cardinal red color.
Let's stand up for kickoff.
Visiting uniforms with their burgundy pants and their white jerseys and cardinal numbers. And we're set to go. Here comes the kick. It's an onside kick to start things off, and it is loose. I think the Timberwolves may have picked it up there, although it was a precarious situation for a moment.
Number 56 recovers.
But recovering the kickoff was Michael Cavender, who went down to the mat like a wrestler. Grabbed that football. All right, first down for the Timberwolves. The ball spotted at, it looks like, about the 37 or 38-yard line, where they'll take over first and 10. Remember, it's a no-huddle spread offense. They throw the ball a lot. That means if it's an incomplete pass, the clock will stop. And when that happens, these games sometimes can take a little longer than your usual high school football game. So here we go. First play tonight. Sullivan takes a snap, drops back, throws. It's complete right at about the first down marker, up at about the 48-yard line. Pass is caught up there by Lucas Triplett, the wide receiver. He's a junior, had an outstanding year last year. The kids call him Gumby. And, boy, he's got a great pair of hands on him. He'll make some outstanding catches at the high school level. Once again, spread offense. Triplett split out left. Three men split out to the right. Sullivan with one back with him in the backfield. Takes a snap. Back to pass. Got some time. Throws it over the middle to Triplett, and it's intercepted. Tipped by Triplett and picked off by the Cardinals. Running the football back is Austin Davis, a sophomore, and Clear Lake comes up with a turnover right away. How about that? That ball was thrown a little bit behind Triplett, and he tipped it, and Davis picked it off and returned it to the Fort Bragg 42-yard line. First and 10, Clear Lake. So they set up on offense. Their quarterback, Tyler Dorr, comes out to the huddle. And that defense that I talked a little bit about before we got this game going will get tested immediately. Cardinals have a split backfield now, two backs behind Dorr. Slot man on the left side. Give is to the tailback, running around to the left side, and he is dropped, picking up little or no gain. I think that's John Vertrees. The ball carrier, or I'm sorry, that was, well, we don't have a number 7 on our program
number 7,
here.
The ball carrier.
I have to apologize.
17, Isaac Lewis,
Maybe it was Isaac Lewis, that's right. Lewis was the ball carrier.
On the play. Actually, it was a loss on the play of a yard. It will be 2nd and 11.
So no gain on that play. Second down and 11. The Cardinals with the same offensive formation. Two backs split behind quarterback Dorr. This time he gives to the second man coming through, and that's Jeffrey Morton. Morton, a senior, 5'6", 160-pounder, picks up about a yard back to the initial line of scrimmage. It'll be third down and 10. Just underway, first quarter. Timberwolves received the kickoff, but a turnover, and their second play from scrimmage resulted in the Cardinals having the football now. Third down at the 41-yard line of the Timberwolves. Dorr, again with back split behind him. Rolls to his right. Got some time. Throws over the middle. The ball's tipped up in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Giacomella, and he's dropped down at the 33-yard line. Brett Giacomella picked it off. And so both teams now in the first offensive series have turned it over with an interception. And both times the ball was tipped.
34-yard line.
So Fort Bragg, again, that no-huddle offense, sets up. 3 men split to the right, triplet split out, lone left, Giacomella with Sullivan in the backfield. There's the snap. Or that's not Giacomella, that's Strickland, the ball carrier, and he doesn't get much. Tristan Strickland coming back from an arm injury. Picked up little or no yardage, maybe back to the original line of scrimmage, 2nd down and 10.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd and 10 for the Timberwolves.
Once again, same formation out of the spread. Strickland remains in the backfield. This time, wide receiver Giaconi moves over to the left side in the slot. 2 men left, 2 men right for Sullivan as he looks over the line of scrimmage. Takes a snap, back, got some time, looking, throwing, ball is caught. And that's Shane Giaconi, who gets close to a first down. I think he has a first down.
To number 5, Shane Giaconi.
Giaconi was in the slot here on the right side. He just went out in the seam and turned around and was able to catch a first down pass at the 44-yard line, 1st and 10. So Baker splits out to the right. Along with him out here is Daniel Cook. This time Giaconi in the slot on the left side and Triplet outside of him. Spread formation. Sullivan rolling left, looking, throwing, and it's caught by Triplet up at the 43-yard line. And he's dropped down right about there as they get across midfield into Clear Lake territory. 8:40 to go, first quarter, no score. This is the second possession for the Timberwolves.
They're going to mark it at the 44-yard line of the Cardinals. Where it'll be
marked at the 44, 1st and 10 for the Timberwolves. As you can see, just a 3-man line for the Cardinals. They've got 3 linebackers, twin safeties, so it's 2 deep defensively, and sometimes they'll blitz. Let's see if they do this time. No, there's a pass out to Cook. Cook cuts inside after catching the ball, picks up little or no yardage, maybe a couple yard gain. Call it 2nd down and about 8.
Kaylor Sullivan's pass is complete to number 6.
To finish my thoughts defensively, if you only have a 3-man rush, Sullivan's going to have a lot of time. But if you start blitzing, then that short pass over the middle could be open. So now they move up. The linebackers you could see, and the defensive backs and safeties remain deep. Back to pass to Sullivan. Throwing. Triplet's got it. First down yardage to the 30. Stiff arms a man at the 25 and down at the 24-yard line. So the Timberwolves moving the football now in this second possession.
Until Luke picks up a first down at the 25-yard line.
So it'll be 1st and 10 Fort Bragg. Look to the sideline for the play. Clock continues to run as Triplet was tackled inbounds that time. 3 men split out here to the right. Triplet, the lone man, split out left. Ball on the left hash mark now on the far side. Strickland in the backfield with Sullivan. One thing when you don't huddle up is you have plenty of time to get the play off. There's the snap. Sullivan straight back. Throws. Got Triplet. He's got it. Down at the 5. Still on his feet. Trying to fight for the end zone. He gets inside the 5. Down to about the 4, I believe, is where the marker. It'll be 1st and goal. Triplet got inside his man that time, and Sullivan delivered it right between the 1 and the 0. Perfectly thrown pass, setting up 1st and goal for the Timberwolves. Now they bring in the night train, Brett Giacomella, who last year was a great running back as a junior. He's a senior, 6 foot, 213-pounder. See if they keep the ball on the ground here, if they put it in the air. Sullivan is going to throw it in the corner. The corner route for Triplet, incomplete. Good coverage that time by the Cardinals.
Pass is incomplete. Pass is intended for Lucas Triplet.
Looking to see who that was on the coverage that time. We're pretty far away from our vantage point here. Couldn't see, but a fine defensive play there by the Cardinals. So it'll be 2nd and goal from the 4. Now they give it to Giacomella as he fights, breaks a tackle, dives forward, carries the defense across the goal line. Touchdown, Timberwolves. Good blocking by the offensive line that time. So the Timberwolves draw first blood here with 6:53 to go in the first quarter. It's Fort Bragg 6, Clear Lake nothing, and Fort Bragg on for the extra point. On to kick the extra point is Christian Flores. You had a feeling when Giacomella went in the backfield and replaced Strickland that they might call his number there inside the 5-yard line, and in fact they did. He gets a 4-yard touchdown run. There's the snap. Flores' kick is up. It's got the distance, and it is good. So with 6:53 to go, first quarter, it's Fort Bragg 7 and Clear Lake nothing.
And the Cardinals 0.
That touchdown drive was set up by a nice play that covered about 30 yards when Sullivan hooked up with Triplett there on the left hash mark, and Triplett eluded one tackler and then bulldozed his way down deep into Clear Lake territory, and the Timberwolves culminated that drive with a 4-yard run from Brett Giacomella. You have to use a first name with Brett Giacomella because his brother wears number 26, Brad Giacomella. So kicking off for the Timberwolves will be Kadu Whitlock. Lewis back deep to receive for the Cardinals, along with Frankie Sturr, I believe that is, on the far sideline. No, it's Stevie Diaz, the far return man on this kickoff as Whitlock gets ready to kick it off. So here we go, waiting now for the signal. Whitlock's ready. Referee talking it over. The reason there's a delay, the referees are talking something over at the Clear Lake 40-yard line. Not sure what. They're getting a towel. So maybe they were figuring out where they're going to go eat after the game. I don't know. Although now apparently the referee's going over talking to the Cardinal sideline over there. So there was some merit to whatever discussion was going on, but we do have a little bit of a delay here. Now we're set. There's the kick. It's a low kick. It's taken up at the 34 to the 35, across the 40. And that's Sam Long, the return man for the Cardinals, 6'1", 175-pounder. And Clear Lake is going to take over first and 10 and pretty good field position at their own 43-yard line. First quarter, 7-0 Fort Bragg. Lindy Peters for MendocinoTV.com. Broadcasting this game on the web at MendocinoTV.com. Some of you may be watching it live. Lewis splits way out to the right. Cody Dillsaver splits out left. A different look now, the wishbone backfield. They flip it back. That's John Vertrees trying to get around the right side. He does and gets back to about the original line of scrimmage. It looked like he might have some yardage out in front where he could have turned the corner and got some yards, but Giacomella cut him off nicely there on outside containment and tackled him after just a short gain, maybe about a yard, setting up. Well, they put it right back at the original line of scrimmage. No gain. It'll be second down and 10.
No gain on the play. It'll be second and 10 for the Cardinals on the 44-yard line.
Fort Bragg running that 4-4-3 defense. This time Flores rolls to his right, throws back over the middle, incomplete, intended for Lewis. Coverage that time for the Timberwolves by Jonathan Tamayo. The Mayan Destroyer, they call him. There's a penalty flag holding called against the Cardinals. So that play will, I'm sure the Timberwolves will take the penalty. That play, instead of being third down and 10, they're going to make it second down and 20. 10-yard penalty. Actually, a little bit more than 10 yards. They'll mark it off from where the infraction, 10 yards from where the hold occurred. So the ball moves back now to about the 33-yard line. They have to get across midfield for a first down to the Timberwolves 47. 2 men in the backfield. They give it to the second man through, and standing up nicely that time is Hodala for the Timberwolves defensively. And Lewis, I think, was the ball carrier that time. Well, there's a number 7 that's in the backfield for Clear Lake, and for folks that might be enjoying this from Lake County, I apologize, but we don't have a number 7 on the roster that was given to us. Well, maybe we do. Let me check. Yeah, that's Jake Jackson. We do have him on our. We have two rosters here. Jake Jackson, and he now splits out. 3 men split out left. 1 man in the backfield along with Flores on 3rd and long. Flores back to pass. Throws incomplete that time. His pass intended for Austin Davis. A little bit underthrown.
Tyler Doors' pass is incomplete. That's going to bring up fourth and all the way to Sherwood Road.
So it's going to be 4th down and long for the Cardinals. 4th down at about 20. And no doubt they'll be punting it. Triplett's back to receive the punt. Along with him for the Timberwolves is Christian Rivera. Triplett is the short man at about midfield. There's the punt. It's a pretty good punt. It bounces down inside the 30, down to about the 26-yard line. So a nice punt that time from Austin Davis. It's just a sophomore. Timberwolves will have a 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
6-yard line. That's where the Timberwolves will take over. 1st and 10.
So it'll be 1st and 10 Timberwolves. The ball at the 28-yard line. Here comes that spread offense. 2 men split to the right, 2 men split left. Sullivan takes a snap, gives it to Strickland, and flags will stop this play.
.56 purple.
So the Timberwolves are going to be called for a legal procedure, 5-yard penalty. It'll be 1st down and 15.
56 purple procedure. Repeat first.
1st down and 15. The ball marked down at the 23-yard line for Fort Bragg. 7-0. The Timberwolves lead. We're in the first quarter. 5:02 to go. 2 men split left. 2 men split right. Sullivan at quarterback takes a snap, drops straight back, looking to his left for Triplett. He's got it over the middle. Makes the catch at the 40. Eludes 1 man. Spin move at the 40, up to the 45, and down at the 47. 1st and 10 Timberwolves.
Taylor Sullivan's pass is complete.
So Triplett's getting open, getting inside his man.
Lucas spins his way to the 47-yard line.
Triplett, the junior wide receiver who, as I mentioned, is nicknamed Gumby. And nice move that time after he caught the football. Some nice run after catch yardage for the Timberwolves. Triplett, the only man split out left. 3 men split out right now on the near hash mark for Sullivan. Strickland in the backfield with Kaler. Back, Sullivan looking for Triplett again, left. He's there. He makes the catch at the 15 to the 5. Touchdown, Timberwolves. Beautiful pass from Kaler Sullivan, a 53-yard touchdown pass, and he put that one right on the money. Fort Bragg now leading 13-0, 4:20 to go first quarter. Boy, that was a thing of beauty for a high school quarterback to have that kind of accuracy and beautiful hands. There actually was pretty good coverage. He had to drop it over the defensive back that time. The safety did not get over there in time, and Triplett, after he caught that football, was off to the races. Flores now on for the extra point. There's a snap, spots down, kick is up. It's got the distance, and it is no good, wide to the left. So Fort Bragg leading here with 4:20 to go in the first quarter. It's the Timberwolves 13, the Cardinals nothing. All right, so here we go. The Timberwolves will kick it off. Whitlock ready to kick it off. Cadu waits to get the ball from the official and set it up on the tee. Fort Bragg off to a good start here. Giacomello, a 4-yard touchdown run, and Kaler Sullivan, a 53-yard touchdown pass to Lucas Triplett. 2-man deep for the Cardinals. That's Jackson back deep. And Stevie Diaz, the back deep. Well, I'll tell you what, I was looking down at my program, and I did not see, I think the Cardinals, I think it was a short kick, and the Cardinals man is down. And they're going to have it 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line, but one of the Cardinals is still on the ground there. gets up with some help. That's Frankie Sturr.
Let's give number 10, Frankie Sturr, a big hand, folks, for walking off on his own power.
The ball, sort of just a ground ball kick, came behind him, and Sturr just turned around and grabbed it, and he was downed immediately. All right, so here we go. This time, 3 men split out here to the left for Flores. 1 back in the backfield for the Cardinals. Tight end lined up on the right side. Flores back to pass. Looking here to his left. Throws it back over the middle. Threw it behind his intended receiver, John Vertrees, that time. It'll be 2nd down and 10. So far, the offensive line has done a pretty good job for the Cardinals, protecting their quarterback. Tyler Dorr, a senior, 6'2", 180-pounder. This time, Austin Davis splits out to the right on the top of your screen. Double tight end formation, 2 backs behind Flores, a man in the slot right side. Back to pass. Pass over the middle intended for Isaac Lewis. Incomplete that time as Dorr threw that ball a little bit ahead of the intended receiver. It's going to set up for 3rd down and 10.
That'll bring up 3rd and 10 for the Cardinals.
3:57 to go, first quarter. Fort Bragg leading 13-0. Lindy Peters along with Terry Vaughn from MendocinoTV.com. I hope you're enjoying our broadcast. High school football. Fort Bragg undefeated. Clear Lake looking for their first win here tonight. 3rd down and 10 now for quarterback Tyler Dorr. This time 2 men in the backfield. Man slotted left side. Dorr back to pass, looking to his left. Throws, and the ball is overthrown. Intended, actually there were 2 men out there. Austin Davis and John Vertrees were both in the area of that pass, but it was overthrown. Good coverage by the Timberwolves that time. Coming up was Shane Giacconi, too, who almost, if he'd have picked that one off, would have been off to the races up the right sideline. So Rivera will have to punt. The Timberwolves will send Tyler Baker back to receive. Another nice punt from Rivera. Bounces at about the 38-yard line. Jackson lets it roll down to about the 30, or the 26, that is, where the Timberwolves will take over 1st and 10. So here's that potent no-huddle spread offense for the Timberwolves. Got to give credit to the line so far. Again, they're doing a great job. Justin Solari. See if I can get to some of these kids while I can. Of course, Sam Perkins, Solari at center. There's a snap. This time they give it to Strickland, left side, and he is dropped. Nice play that time defensively from Arian Banwet.
Tristan Strickland, the ball carrier.
Banwet made a nice stop that time from his down position on the left side. Setting up 2nd down and 9. 2 men split right. Triplet split out left. Now in motion for the Timberwolves goes Giacconi, and they passed to Triplet on what looked like a wide receiver screen that time. He actually stepped back to catch that ball, but no yardage as the Cardinals were up to defend that one nicely. So actually lost a yard or 2. It's going to be 3rd down and about 12 for the Timberwolves back at the 25. 2:42 to go and counting down here in the first quarter. Fort Bragg leading 13-0.
On the 25-yard line.
Triplet splits out left. Rivera, the cover man on him. Safety coming out here to the left side because 3 men are over here on the right, or to the right side. There's a pass caught. First down yards at the 40 by Baker, up to the 43, and dropped down at the 44-yard line as Jackson comes up to finish off that tackle. Also went on the stop was Jeffrey Morton for the Cardinals, but not before a first down for Tyler Baker.
Until the Timberwolves pick up a first down at the 44-yard line.
About a 23-yard pass from Sullivan that time. First down Timberwolves at their own 44. 2 men split left, 2 men split right for the Timberwolves with that spread off as Strickland alone back with Sullivan in the backfield. There's the snap. Back to pass is Sullivan looking for Triplet once again. One-on-one coverage, or not, that's not Triplet. Nice catch out there by Shane Giacconi. As he had to slow down to make the catch. John Vertrees on the coverage. And Vertrees
25-yard
did not
line.
turn
Good-
around in
good
time to
enough
see
for
it,
the Timberwolves,
and
first down.
beautiful catch from Giacconi that time, but because he had to sort of slow down to make that catch, Virtue was able to tackle him out of bounds after another Timberwolves first down at the Clear Lake 25-yard line. 2 men split right now. 2 men split left out of the spread. Sullivan, and there's a penalty flag on the play. Michael Cavender also part of that offensive line that I was trying to give some credit to for the Timberwolves
Number
here.
10, purple, procedure.
This time a legal procedure called on Triplett. So they'll set it up a 5-yard penalty, first down and 15. Sullivan back to pass, looking now to his right. Long pass intended for Baker. He can't quite get there. He was open. The pass was there. Stevie Diaz at the coverage, a little bit overthrown that time, but Sullivan put it out there where only his receiver could come up with it. As I mentioned, the spread offense, when you throw it a lot, will stop the clock. So still a minute 28 to go first quarter. Fort Bragg leading 13-0. Cook split out here to the right. Baker slotted inside him. Giacconi and Triplett split out on the far side of the screen. High snap this time, looking over towards Triplett. He makes a catch and dives forward to about the 30-yard line. About a 9 or 10-yard gain, but it's going to set up third down and 5 for the Timberwolves at about the 21-yard line.
Taylor Sullivan's pass was complete to Lucas Triplett at about the 20-yard
So it'll be third
line.
down at about
Third and
6.
5 for the Timberwolves.
We'll call it. Again, 2 men right, 2 men left on the spread. Sullivan looking to his left. Fakes the throw. Now rolls out to his right. He's in trouble, and down he goes as he tries to throw the ball as he's going down. And intentional grounding is going to be the call on Sullivan that time. His best move probably was to just eat that ball, and they would have gone for it. Fourth down at the 21, but intentional grounding, I believe, is a loss of down. Well, it wouldn't matter at this point. No flag.
Knee on the ground.
So his knee was on the ground first
Fourth down.
before that ball was thrown. So it is fourth down, and there is a loss on the play
Thank
back.
you very much. I couldn't see.
Be fourth down and 11. Referee's got to realize that his mic is staying on a little bit longer than I think he'd want, making for some interesting conversation out there on the field. All right, fourth down and 11. The Timberwolves can get a first down. They're going to have to get the ball down to about the 15-yard line. Sullivan looking back to the sideline for some instructions. 3 men split out right. Triplett, the lone man, split out left. Safeties are back near the first down marker. Back goes Sullivan, looking, throwing, and the pass is incomplete. Ooh, it went right through Triplett's hand and almost back behind him, Shane Giacconi, and there might have been a mix-up on the pass route that time. You don't want to have 2 receivers in the general area of a pass because that also means there's going to be a couple of defenders there as well.
Cardinals will take over on downs
Looked
at
like that
the
ball went through Triplett's
25
arms,
yard
and also maybe Giacconi thought he maybe should have had a play on it as well. But as it is, the Clear Lake Cardinals take over on downs with 46 seconds to go in this first quarter. Fort Bragg leading 13-0. Tyler Dorr trots out to the huddle for the Cardinals. This is the first league game for either team. This time Lewis out here lines up as a tight end on the left side, 2 backs, and a slot man and a wide receiver. Slot man comes in motion. Dorr gives to the back, the tailback, and he is tackled in the backfield that time. Nice stop by Sam Perkins. No gain, in fact, a loss of the play. Call it second down and 11. Clock continues to run now. This should probably be the last play of the first quarter.
Number 24, Cody Del Saver, the ball carrier. Loss of a couple of yards on the play. It'll be second and 12 for the Cardinals.
So Clear Lake comes out of the huddle with 17 seconds to go in the quarter. Same formation now. 2 men split out to the right, 1 man in the slot. Tight end left side. 2 backs split behind Dorr. Dorr, quick pass, slant, and it's caught. Or no, incomplete to Rivera on the far sideline. Looked like for a moment he had that football, but he unable to hold on, and that clock, in fact, does stop. With 2.5 seconds to go first quarter.
82, Austin Davis.
So it'll be third down and 12 now for the Cardinals.
It was incomplete That'll bring up 3rd and 12 for the Cardinals on the 24-yard line.
So the Timberwolves now trying to stop this 3rd down play and force a punt. There's a quick pass. Rivera makes a catch on the outside, and he gets outside as the quarter goes, and he's got a first down across the 45 or across the 40-yard line. Well, not quite across the 40-yard line. He got close to the 40-yard line. He's up to about the 38-yard line. But that is enough, I believe, for a Cardinal first down, and that's the end of the first quarter. The score, it's Fort Bragg 13 and Clear Lake nothing. I'm Liddy Peters from MendocinoTV.com, and we'll have the second quarter coming up here in just a flash. Okay, here we go. We're going to begin the second quarter, 12-minute quarters here in high school football. Cardinals picking up a first down on that last play of the first quarter. They'll have it 1st and 10, the ball at their own 38-yard line. Now Dorr will move back to a shotgun position. Here comes a spread. First offensive spread formation for the Cardinals. There's a snap. Strickland puts the pressure on. The ball's in the air. The man's there. He makes the catch. Rivera. And nice coverage that time by Shane Giacconi, or Rivera would have gone on the rest of the way. Beautiful pass that time from Dorr. He put it up there nicely just as he was getting hit by Strickland. And it's first down Clear Lake. They've moved the ball down to the 26-yard line.
Austin Davis, good enough for a Cardinals first down at the...
That was the biggest play from scrimmage so far for the Cardinals. They'll probably run that spread again. Let's see. Now they're back to the more traditional formation. Dorr over center with back split behind him. Pitch. Man going around left side, and Giacconi brings him down after a couple-yard gain that time. Ball carrier was Sam Long. Picked up maybe a couple. 2nd down and 8. Ball spotted now at the Timberwolves 24-yard line. 13-0. Timberwolves have the lead. Cardinals with their deepest threat so far into Timberwolves territory offensively. Dorr gets the play from the sideline, brings it into the huddle for the Cardinals. Rivera splits out here to the right. Diaz, and I believe it might be a delay of game or a timeout. The Cardinals called a timeout realizing that they were getting close to a delay of game there.
White.
So rather than get a penalty with this deep drive here down inside the 25-yard line, they don't want to move backwards here, so they called a timeout. And we'll take a short timeout. It's 2nd down, and let's call it 7 yards to go here as we'll come back to action in a moment. 10:49 to go, second quarter. Fort Bragg 13 and Clear Lake nothing. All right, here we go. Back to action. 2nd down and 7 for the Cardinals. Fort Bragg leading 13-0. 2 men split out here, right? One on the slot, one way out here. That's Rivera. Flores tries a little dump pass over the middle. I'm not sure what happened if that ball was knocked down at the line of scrimmage or if the intended receiver was not where he was supposed to be, but there was no one really in that general area. But I believe maybe his arm got hit or he pass was blocked, but net result is 3rd down. Still about 7 yards to go for the Cardinals at the Timberwolves 24-yard line. Up to the line of scrimmage come the Cardinals now. Dorr over center again with back split behind him. Rivera splits out wide left. Man on the slot on the left side as well. Dorr back to pass. Looks to his right. Man is there. He makes a catch. He's wide open to the 10, to the 5. He's in. Touchdown Cardinals. Stevie Diaz was open that time, and Dorr found him with a nice pass as he ran a little out pattern that time, and Clear Lake's on the board. It's 13-6. So the Cardinals will try for the extra point here. 10:37 to go, second quarter. And the Cardinals, putting the ball in the air on that drive, have come to within 7 points. Here's the extra point attempt. Snap, spot, picks up the ball. Dorr tries to throw it, and he is wrestled down by Giacconi. And incomplete on the 2-point conversion, so the score remains Fort Bragg 13 and Clear Lake 6. And the Cardinals will kick it off to the Timberwolves. We'll keep it right here as we get ready for the kickoff. I want to remind folks once again that you're watching MendocinoTV.com. I'm Lindy Peters along with Terry Vaughn. Happy to let you enjoy this game via a webcast. This was kind of a last-minute thing. We realized that the game had been moved from Lake County over here because of the Valley Fire, and we realized that there might be a lot of folks from Lake County who are unable to attend the game here, and so to give them a chance to watch their Cardinals, along with you folks that might be watching that enjoy Timberwolves football, we thought we would broadcast this game for you and put it on the web so that everybody could enjoy the game. A lot of community spirit when it comes to high school football. So the Cardinals will now kick it off with Fort Bragg hanging on to the lead. There's a short kick, a little squib kick. It's still on the ground, and it's picked up by Clear Lake, I think. Or did it go out of bounds? They have gone out of bounds on the far sideline. It is Fort Bragg ball. Went out of bounds or yeah, there's the penalty flag. Yeah, I was going to say, if it goes out of bounds, that's a penalty, and no flag had been thrown, but there's a flag now. So the Timberwolves will get it, I believe, at the 35-yard line. Is that where you get it when it goes out of bounds, or do you get it where it goes out of bounds if it's shy of the 35? Well, they're going to mark it at the 35-yard line.
Procedure on the kickoff. We'll take the ball on the 36. First down.
Just across the 35-yard line. So 1st and 10 for the Timberwolves now. As Clear Lake has tightened up this game 13-6. Fort Bragg leads. Fort Bragg now moving in the other direction for the first time here in the second quarter. Sullivan with a spread offense. Looking here to the left. Now it throws, caught by Triplett. And he gets by one guy, still spinning and down at about the 45-yard line, up close to the first down. I think he might be a little short, although it depends where they spot the ball. His momentum had him up close to the first down, but then he was dropped backwards after he tried to struggle, so he is going to be a little short. It'll be 2nd down and 1, the ball right at the 45-yard line. Timberwolves again with that no-huddle spread offense. Ready to go now. Triplett's lined up on the left side this time. Brad Giacomello in the game in the slot inside of him here on the left. 2 men split out to the right. Linebackers moving up as though they're going to blitz. One of them's coming. There's a pass caught by Triplett. And he's across midfield. Gets the first down to the Clear Lake 46. One of the things that is difficult about the spread offense is these are high school kids. This is not a pro team, and for them to all know the plays, get set as quickly as they do, and run the plays as efficiently as they do is really a hats off to Coach Roy Perkins. Sullivan rolls to his right, going deep. Incomplete that time. Intended for Wyatt Larson. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Triplett obviously is his favorite receiver. And there's a penalty. Is there? No, there's not a flag down. For a moment I thought I saw something down on the field, but it'll be 2nd down now and 10. The ball at the Clear Lake 46-yard line on the near hash mark here. Sullivan takes the snap. Back to pass, getting a little pressure. Throw caught by Triplett, moving to the inside. 1st down yardage up to about the 34-yard line. Rivera makes the stop, but not before Lucas Triplett gets another first down for the Timberwolves at the Cardinal 34. Offense is moving pretty crisply on this drive thus far. They haven't really run the football much. Brett Giacomello's in the backfield now along with Triplett. Sullivan gets a snap and he gives to Giacomello, right side, breaks a tackle, he's on the loose. The big guy's bulling his way down inside the 20, down to about the 15-yard line. And that's the beauty of that spread offense. When you got a big back like Giacomello, you get everybody sort of back on their heels expecting a pass, and you bring 213 pounds, a full head of steam right at him. That's, generally speaking, you're running downhill, as they say. 1st and 10 for Bragg. Sullivan looking to his left, fakes the pass that way, now rolls to his right, looking, throws into the end zone, and Triplett makes the catch. Touchdown Timberwolves. What a bullet from Kaylor Sullivan, and what a catch from Lucas Triplett. John Vertrees had really good coverage. He's probably the most surprised guy in the field right now as he hangs his head for a moment, but he had good coverage. That was just a bullet, and Triplett able to make the grab, and Timberwolves now lead 19-6. Well, I had just mentioned 2 plays back that they were looking pretty crisp on this series, and they now have culminated this possession with a touchdown. Flores is on for the extra point. There's a snap, spots down, the kick is up. Again, it's got the distance, and this time it's good. So with 9:07 to go, second quarter, it's Fort Bragg 20 and Clear Lake 6. Lindy Peters from MendocinoTV.com as the Timberwolves answer the touchdown from the Cardinals with a very quick drive. A nice pass, 15-yard pass from Sullivan to Triplett for the touchdown. All right, the Timberwolves now will be kicking off. Once again, Whitlock ready to kick it off for Fort Bragg. Deep to receive for the Cardinals is Stevie Diaz, who scored their touchdown. And back there with him is Jackson. Jackson wearing number 7 on the far side. Diaz over here on the near side. As Whitlock tees it up. And we're all set to go. 9:07 to go here in the first half. There's a kick, and again, it's a short kick. And the ball's on the ground, and it's picked up by the Cardinals at about the 40-yard line. We haven't seen your typical deep end-over-end kick here by either team on the kickoffs tonight. So the Cardinals have it 1st and 10, the ball just shy of their own 40-yard line. They moved the ball pretty well, throwing it last possession. We'll see what they do here. Just under 9 minutes to go in the half. Dorr comes up right over center now. 2 backs behind him. Dorr play action pass, throws, ball's incomplete. Intended for Lewis. Triplett knocks him down that time. And it'll be 2nd down. Triplett back in the safety position. He's back there along with Tamayo. Actually, my apologies, Tamayo's a defensive back on the far side. It's Giacconi and Triplett are your twin safeties back here. So it'll be 2nd down and 10 for Dorr. Again, same formation, 2 backs behind him, man in the slot on the right side. Dorr this time gives to the second man through, and he's got some decent yardage. Brett Giacomello comes up to make the stop, or Brad that is. Also when they were making the stop was Zach Silva. But he picked up about 4 or 5 yards, setting up third down, and let's call it 5. The ball at the 44-yard line of the Cardinals. 20-6, the Timberwolves leading, 8:16 to go here in the second quarter. Up to the line of scrimmage come the Cardinals now. Big third down play for them here if they want to keep the momentum. Dorr right over center. Double tight end formation this time. He's back to pass. Throws over the middle. It's caught, and it's going to be close. John Vertrees made the catch. I don't know. It's going to be right near the first down marker. They may call for a measurement here. Or no, they're going to give it. Well, no, it's fourth down. It is short. Just short of midfield, and with it this short, they just might actually go for it here. Might as well. So it's fourth down and call it inches for the Cardinals. 2 men split out here right, and he goes right over the middle. Dorr does, and I'm not sure he got it. It depends where they mark it, but good defensive surge from the Timberwolves led by Zach Silva. Also when there was Jasper Estes, and they're going to call for a measurement, I think. Well, this is going to be close.
Looks like the chain gang's going to earn their hamburger. We'd like to thank the chain gang
You know,
for
just
tonight's game.
eyeballing this,
Chain gang is Jesus
I'm going to say
Ibarra,
it's going to be about a Hostess
Robert
Twinkie
Columbus,
short of a first down.
and
Let's
Jorge
see.
Rivera. It looks like
It's a long ways away, and
Robert's on the box. And
my eyes aren't as good as they
Jesus
once
and
were.
Jorge are on the chain.
Okay, they pull it out, set it down, and in fact, it is short by about a Hostess
Looks
Twinkie.
like the Cardinals were short of the first down. The
So
Timberwolves
it's
will take
first
over
and 10 for the
first and 10
Timberwolves. They'll
on the
take over
49
just across
yard line.
midfield at the Clear Lake 49-yard line. 7:18 to go here in the second quarter. Starting to cool down a little bit here at Timberwolves Stadium now. Sullivan with that spread offense. 3 men split out left. 1 man split out top of your screen. Sullivan looking this way to his left. Now he's got time. Now he's going for it all. He's got a man there. Baker can't hang on. Sullivan put it right on the money. Baker had Rivera beat by about 3 yards, but Baker unable to hang on.
Tyler Baker.
And I'll tell you what, when
Second and 10 at the
he goes to
49.
sleep tonight, he's going to be thinking about that because that was a touchdown had he made the catch. Second down and 10 for the Timberwolves. Clock stopping, 7:04 to go here in this first half. 2 men left, 2 men right out of the spread for Kaylor Sullivan. Takes a snap, looking to his right, throws back over the middle. Ball's caught near a first down, and I believe it is a first down. That's Cook who made the catch for Fort Bragg. As Kaylor Sullivan, one thing he does with the spread offense is he'll distribute that football. Triplett does catch a majority of the passes, but he just finds the open man. All right, so here we go. First and 10, the ball at the Clear Lake 38-yard line. Sullivan back, looking to his left. Now he steps forward. Now he's in trouble. He's going to try and scramble and run, and actually picks up some yardage up to about the 37-yard line, about a 2-yard gain, setting up third down and 8. Or second down and 8.
Line. Marking it to 36. It'll be second and 8 for the Timberwolves.
6.5 minutes to go now. Fort Bragg leading 20-6. We're in the first half. This time Baker comes out here to the left. Actually, he's coming out of the game. Triplett split out left. No, he's not coming out of the game. He's just adjusting his glove. Way out here to the left is Baker. Triplett slotted inside of him. Sullivan looking this way. Now he throws. Pass is caught. That's Triplett who makes a catch and is tackled, but he's got first down yardage up to about the 26-yard line.
Pass is complete to Lucas Triplett.
First down, Timberwolves.
Good
Bragg
enough
gets
for the Timberwolves first down at the 26-yard line.
set now to close in on the red zone here. They can go into the locker room with a pretty good lead if they can score here. Sullivan Rolling, looking to his right, short pass to Strickland now, who makes a catch, stiff arms a man, breaks a tackle, gets inside the 20, down to about the 18-yard line.
Caleb Sullivan's pass is complete to number 35.
Picks up about 8 yards, second down and 2. And as I was saying, it's nice to watch Sullivan distribute that football around.
A couple of yards. It'll be second and 2 for the Timberwolves.
Baker split out here to the left along with Triplett. One man split out right up the top of the screen. Shane Giacconi out, also out here to the left. Sullivan looking this way to his left. Now he throws, caught by Triplett. Eludes one man, eludes another, and he is close to the end zone. He's tackled down about the 1-yard line. Nice move by Triplett as he sort of was weaving his way down across the middle,
Lucas dashes his way down,
sort of juking the defenders who thought they had pretty good pursuit angle, and he just kind of let them go by like a bullfighter and was able to make a nice move and get down to close to the goal line. So it's first and goal for the Timberwolves. The ball at the 2-yard line. Sullivan, short drop, throw, caught. Triplett, touchdown Timberwolves. And a penalty flag is thrown.
Hold the phone, folks.
That might have been after the play, because that flag came in after Triplett had caught the ball and spiked it, or thrown it to the ground. So we'll see what the penalty is all about here. Fort Bragg may or may not have just scored. A little conference going on at about the 2-yard line with the officials discussing this. Again, if it happened after the touchdown, then the whatever the penalty is, it'll be marched off subsequent to the score. But I had actually, not only had Triplett caught the ball, but the whistle signifying touchdown had blown, and then the flag came out. Fort Bragg's marching backwards, I think.
Touchdown counts. We have a dead ball, personal foul, 63. Will be assessed on the kickoff.
So I imagine 63 is Sam Perkins. It's the Timberwolves. He didn't say what team had the personal foul called against them, but it could have been Gerardo Martinez of Clear Lake. So I don't know. All I know is number 63 committed an infraction there after the touchdown. So the points are on the board. It's 26-6 with 4:48 to go in the first half, and Flores is out there to try the extra point. Snap, spot, kick, up, and good. So 27-6 now, 4:48 to go, and who was the penalty called on? We're going to find out. Get the kickoff going here.
Cardinals, 6. I still see flame and smoke coming out of the barbecue down here. Holy Toledo. I can smell that barbecue all the way up to here. Hey, and all the proceeds are going to the Valley fire victims. Everything was donated tonight down there, too. Harvest Market, Columbia David's Deli, Hoppers, Cisco's, U.S. Cellular, Fort Bragg Fire Department, Purity, Round Table, Pizza Factory, Thanksgiving Coffee, Fort Bragg Electric, and Mike Hudson Distributing, and the Outlet Store. Hey, we got a big thanks going out to Lindy Peters and the MendocinoTV.com. This is being live broadcast right now tonight, and then it's going to be rebroadcasted on the website at any time so that you can watch it at any time. We'd like to thank those guys that are up here volunteering their time to doing that for tonight's game. Thank you.
All right, so it was Sam Perkins who was assessed for the personal foul after the touchdown, and Fort Bragg will be kicking off from their own 25-yard line. 27-6, the Timberwolves, who, talking to Coach Roy Perkins before the game, was pretty sure that his team was ready to play and was not going to have a letdown, but at the same time, he really didn't want to drop a bomb on Clear Lake because they were winless, and all the tragic situation over there, the devastation from the fire. He was hoping that could have a game, and we do, really. The Cardinals get the kickoff. That's Jackson, gets to the 30, to the 40, to the 45, to the 50, and is run out of bounds right at midfield or just across midfield, depending on where they spot it. And Cardinals have a good spot to start this offensive series from.
Not quite across the 50-yard line. They're going to mark it at the 49-yard line. It'll be 51
so first and 10
yards to go
for the Cardinals. Ball at their own 49. 4:41 to go here in this second quarter. Clear Lake up to the line of scrimmage. Rivera splits out to the right. Jackson slotted inside of him. Two backs behind Dorr at quarterback. He gives to the first man through, and he is dropped after picking up about 3 or 4 yards. Coming in there to help make the stop that time was Ty Sutton for the Timberwolves.
2 yards on the play.
Also, Zach Silva
3-yard gain on the play. It'll be
picked up
second and 7.
close to 3 yards. It'll be second down at about 7. The ball at the Timberwolves' 48-yard line. Definitely starting to chill down a little bit here at Timberwolves Stadium. Dorr at quarterback. This time's got a double tight end formation. Two backs behind him split. He's back to pass. Throwing a short one over the middle. It's incomplete. Pass intended for Vertrees that time. Good coverage. Strickland was there for the Timberwolves. And it'll be third down.
Pass is incomplete. That'll bring up 3rd and 7 at the 47 for the Cardinals.
Third down coming up now for Clear Lake. They break the huddle, and Vertrees splits out to the right along with Austin Davis. Dorr over center now. Two backs behind him. And we have a possible, either one of the Timberwolves jumped or it's a legal procedure, but something happened on that line of scrimmage just before the ball was snapped.
Dead ball. Illegal procedure.
So
82 white.
So it's a procedure call against the Cardinals.
Still third down.
Setting up third down at about 12 now. So it'll be third down and 12. Dead ball. Penalty that time. The clock has stopped. And what have we got? Timeout?
Timeout white.
Cardinals have called a timeout. We'll take a timeout to score. Fort Bragg 27, Clear Lake 6. 3 minutes and 46 seconds away from halftime. Here we go, back to action. Third down and 12.
Here we go.
Third down and 12 now for the Cardinals after the timeout. Dorr moves back to the shotgun and spread formation. Takes a snap, drops straight back, throws a deep high pass for nobody. The closest person there was a referee. I'm not sure if there was a cross up there, but nonetheless it's setting up fourth down now. Ball at the 48-yard line of the Cardinals.
Cardinals pass was incomplete.
With all this passing, this, as I said at the outset of our broadcast, you put the ball in the air a lot, and sometimes these games can take a long time. This is one of those games so far. We're still 3 minutes and 39 seconds away from halftime. 27-6 the score. So Rivera will punt. He's actually got off some pretty good punts. This one's a low knuckling punt. Baker touches it, picks it up, and is tackled by Vertrees down inside the 20 at about the 17-yard line.
Tyler Baker.
It's a good thing, actually, he cut that off
17-yard line.
and territory there where they would have had to start this drive. So first down for the Timberwolves is Sullivan, who's thrown a couple of touchdown passes, 3 touchdown passes so far tonight. Out of that spread offense, 2 men left, 2 men right. Back to pass, looking to his right. Now he throws it back over the middle. The ball is caught.
Taylor Sullivan's pass is complete.
Catch is made that time by Wyatt Larson. Larson with his second catch. Picks up 5, second down and 5 for the Timberwolves. Sullivan back in trouble, got a little time. Now he directs Gianconti to go up the field, and it's incomplete, out of bounds. He might have been better off just taking off and running it, although you don't want to get him hurt. But probably could have picked up that first down on the ground. Seemed to have some room out here to the left.
3rd and 5 at the 25.
But that stops the clock with 2:54 to go. We're almost coming up to the 2-hour mark of when this game was scheduled to start, and we're not even at halftime yet. All right, Sullivan fakes, passes to his left, and now goes to his right. The ball is caught. First down yardage and more for the Timberwolves as Shane Gianconti made the catch, and there goes a penalty flag from way out. Might have been a late hit out of bounds. If it is, it'll be 15-yarder, I believe, personal foul. And that could set the Timberwolves up down about the 35-yard line. Let's see.
No foul on the play.
Nope. No penalty. First down, Timberwolves. Well, at least we're under 3 minutes to go now in the half. 2:45 to go. Giacomella in the backfield along with Sullivan now. And the shotgun spread offense. Back to pass. Sullivan looking, throwing deep. Got a man there. Gianconti makes the catch, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown. 49-yard touchdown pass from Taylor Sullivan to Shane Gianconti. A beautiful pass once again. And the thing about Taylor Sullivan is he just finds the open man. He looked that time to his right for a moment and then quickly swung his gaze down to the left side, and there was Gianconti breaking free, and he put it right on the money, right in stride. Touchdown Timberwolves. 33-6 here. Flores on for the extra point. Snap, spot, kick is a knuckler way off to the left. And with the score 33-6, the Timberwolves will kick it off here now because the Timberwolves have...
Stop the clock, please.
I thought the clock was running because of the mercy rule, but I guess that's in the second half. Once you get a pretty decent lead, they'll keep the clock running sometimes. 1:41 to go.
Set at, Carl? Minute 58.
1:57.
So the clock was not supposed to be running.
Within 1 tick. That's not bad.
(33-6) your score. The Timberwolves will be kicking it off here. Just under 2 minutes to go in the first half. When it's halftime here, we'll take a little break and then come back for the second half. By the way, the Fort Bragg JV is also winning by a score of 38-20. Whitlock will kick it off for the Timberwolves. Kicks a low ground ball. Picked up at the 30-yard line by Rivera to the 35. Now he tries to get outside as the penalty flag goes flying down. I don't know why the referee blew his whistle, but Tyler Baker and Frankie Sturr got together here, and I'm not sure what happened, but when you throw a flag and the ball's still in play, you don't blow the whistle. Baker's helmet came flying off. Referee are talking about it here with 1:46 to go. Baker seems to be okay. He's returning to the field. Clear Lake's going to have the ball first down. I guess it's a matter of where. One of the things sometimes that can become a little bothersome in a high school game is when there's so many penalties. And not only that, when it takes so long to figure out what's going on. This is about the third time there's been a discussion with the referees that takes more than 60 seconds. I could see it in a game when it's 13-12 and there's 2 minutes to go in a game and you're trying to make sure you get something right, but well, let's see what we got here. At least we got a microphone on the referee. Now he's going over to the sideline of Clear Lake to talk to the coach, which means it could be against Fort Bragg. But I would think if it's not, he could also be asking him to take the kid out of the game. Now remember, in high school sports, if you get thrown out of a game for a cheap shot, late hit, whatever it might be, you can't play the next game either. So you lose an opportunity not only to play the rest of the game, but the following game as well. Right now, the head official is explaining something to the Cardinal coach. So this long delay by the officials is getting even longer. Well, if I had room and wasn't mic'd up and wired up here, I'd start doing some jumping jacks, folks, because fall is here. It is definitely chilling down here tonight. I would guess now the temperature's in the 40s. So the referee's now going to let the rest of the stadium know just what the heck is taking so long. Let's hear it.
We have an inadvertent whistle on the run back
We knew that.
with a unsportsmanlike penalty right here on number 10 White. Penalty was assessed at the flag, 15-yard, 1st and 10 for White.
Well, I could have told him that in about 12 seconds, but anyway, so there you have it. Inadvertent whistle, that was obvious. Unsportsmanlike conduct, we knew that was the call. I wasn't sure what had happened there. I was watching the running return man. Bottom line is it's 1st and 10 for Clear Lake at their own 21-yard line with 1:46 to go in the half, and Fort Bragg leading 33-6. Kaylor Sullivan with 4 touchdown passes so far here tonight, and we're in the first half. Now still the referee's holding up play here. Finally, clock spread formation for the Cardinals. First down at their 21, man comes in motion. Dorr takes the snap, throws, Puts it up in the air, and it's a little short of the intended receiver that time. I think Vertrees was the intended receiver. Also out there was Stevie Diaz, but of course the clock stops on the incomplete pass.
Tyler Doerr's pass is incomplete. That'll bring up 2nd and 10 at the 21-yard line for the Cardinals.
So 2nd down and 10 now for Clear Lake. Timberwolves defense done a good job here tonight so far. Now out of a more traditional formation, twin back, Dorr, short pass, intercepted by Brad Giacomella. At about the 22-yard line, the Timberwolves take over 1st and 10. Minute 24 to go in the half.
Brad Giacomella intercepts the Cardinals pass.
Well, I remember when there was about
Timberwolves will take over
3.5 minutes to go, I said, well, if Fort Bragg could go down and score here, they could go in and feel pretty good at halftime. Well, they've scored twice since I said that, and now could possibly pick up a 3rd touchdown. So here we go. Clock now started up. Minute 20 to go in the half. 1st and 10 Timberwolves at the Clear Lake 20-yard line. Sullivan. Pass to Triplett. Makes the catch. Cuts inside, then back outside to the 10. And he's tackled down at about the 6-yard line that time by Rivera. 1st down and goal for the Timberwolves. Well, that's Davis, I'm sorry, was the man who made the tackle.
Let's give number 82, Austin Davis, a big hand, folks. Timberwolves have a 1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
All right, Austin Davis left under his own power very gingerly as we're back to action. 1st and goal for the Timberwolves. Sullivan fakes a pass. Now he looks like he's going to run, stiff arms a man, and slides down inside the 5 at about the 4-yard line. You don't want to
Taylor Sullivan on the quarterback keeper.
Get Sullivan injured.
Yards.
Last year at Clear Lake,
2nd and goal
he ran it in, and
Timberwolves.
right here at the goal line, he got a helmet on his arm and broke his wrist and was out for the playoffs. That was last year at Cloverdale. So here we go. 1st and goal. Sullivan looking to his right, throwing to the right side of the end zone, diving and incomplete. 3rd down. Intended for Cook that time. 23 seconds
Taylor
to go in
Sullivan's
this first
pass
half.
is incomplete.
The
Pass
first
is
half that has
intended for
taken
my buddy
2
Daniel
hours
Cook.
to play. With incomplete passes, referee discussions, and injuries. The mercy rule, as they call it, where they keep the clock going, you have to have a 40-point lead for that. So the Timberwolves are a little ways away from that right now. Here we go, 3rd and goal. Fort Bragg at the 4. Sullivan looks to his left. Bullets one in there. It's incomplete. Good defense that time by Steve Diaz. That'll set up 4th and goal.
Incomplete.
That took 4 seconds off the clock. I don't know why you wouldn't want to bring in the big bull, Brett Giacomella, and run the football here. Strickland in the backfield does a good job running as well, but Giacomella's the man who scored a 4-yard touchdown earlier in this game. So they're going to set up that spread formation. Sullivan looking to his left, now looking over the middle. Now he's going to run, he dives, and he's in. Touchdown Timberwolves. Taylor Sullivan scores on the keeper. And that'll make it 39-6. As the Timberwolves will go for the extra point. Still 13 seconds to go in this first half. Well, as long as our power supply holds out and my vocal cords don't collapse, we'll have the second half coming up here. Flores for the extra point. There's a snap, spots down, the kick is up, it's got the distance, and it is no good. He's missed a few extra points. If there's been one thing that you might want to work on in practice this week is extra points, because Flores has missed, is that his fourth one he's missed? At least his third, I know. Anyway, 13.8 seconds to go in this first half. Fort Bragg 39, Clear Lake 6. All right, here we go. 13.8 seconds to go in the first half. Fort Bragg leading 39-6. On a very chilly evening now that it's getting late. This game is over 2 hours old. We have not even hit halftime. That's assuming they started on time. I think they did. One of the things you might think about too for the Timberwolves, we know their passing game is lethal at this level right now. I haven't seen too much of their running game. This might be a good game to maybe work on that a little bit. There's the kick. Taken at the 20-yard line to the 25, up to the 30, to the 35. Jackson is wrestled down as Michael
Jake
Callagher
Jackson
made the
takes the
tackle.
kickoff up across the 35-yard line. They're going to mark
The
it
Cardinals will have it
36.
first down with 7
It'll be
seconds to
first
go.
and 10 for the Cardinals.
How many plays can you run in 7 seconds? We're about to find out, folks. Timberwolves now with 4 men deep, as you might expect. And they just let the clock run out, so that's the end of the first half. The score,
That's the end
Fort
of the
Bragg
first
39.
half. The score, the Timberwolves
Clear Lake
39.
6.
And the
We'll
Cardinals
be back
Clear Lake
with
6.
the second half
Stay
after a
tuned,
short
folks, for the
timeout.
half.
All right, we're all set now for the second half with the Fort Bragg Timberwolves leading 39-6. Kaylor Sullivan with 4 touchdown passes in that first half. And 5 touchdown passes in that first half. Actually, no, 4. He ran one in, Giacomello ran one in. And the Timberwolves have scored 6 touchdowns here, leading 39-6. Now, as I mentioned, the long first half, over 2 hours, or at least about 2 hours anyway, and they only play 12-minute quarters, so it kind of gives you an idea how long that first half was. But as we begin the second half, Whitlock ready to kick it off, and here we go. There's the kick. It's a knuckling kick. And man falls on it there at about the 19-yard line. That was Stevie Diaz, bowled over that time right after he picked it up. And the Cardinals will have it first and 10. We'll see how the Timberwolves come out of the locker room. I'm sure when you have a 33-point lead at halftime, there really isn't too much you need to say as a head coach. Clear Lake lost Austin Davis. He left the field with not sure what the injury was that he sustained, but they took off his shoulder pads and they took off his helmet and jersey, and he is not out there right now to begin the second half. So Tyler Dorr, quarterback, got the spread formation, throws it over to the left side and almost intercepted. That was Tamayo with the coverage that time. Tamayo, I think, there's a flag down. Might be offensive. Well, I don't know what they're going to call. That was perfect coverage. He stepped inside the man. If they call pass interference, I'd be surprised, but I've been surprised before. But
offensive pass interference, number 20, White.
That makes more sense because Tamayo clearly was going to pick that ball off, but before he was able to get it, he was interfered with by the intended receiver.
Offensive pass interference, White, decline, second down.
Timberwolves declined the penalty. Second down and 10. Ball at the 17-yard line. 24 seconds go off the clock since the kickoff. One of the problems Clear Lake has, they don't have a lot of depth. There's only 5 players suited up on the sideline that are not in the game right now. And to lose a skill position player like Austin Davis is a pretty tough loss for the Cardinals. All right, spread formation. 2 out to the left, 2 out to the right for Dorr, 1 back behind him. Now man goes in motion. In fact, they give it to him as he comes around the left side. Strickland trying to chase him down, and he makes a tackle at about the 12-yard line for about a 5-yard loss and a penalty flag. Might be for a horse collar tackle, I don't know. But, the officials have to realize, too, they're not getting paid by the hour. And I've been through many high school games where there seems to be a penalty on every play, especially a long game. Sometimes, if it doesn't affect the play that much, you wonder why they want to keep throwing the flag. So we've had 2 plays, we've had 2 penalties.
Dead ball, personal foul, number 6, purple.
That was a dead ball foul.
Yards, first down.
Automatic first down, 15-yard penalty on Tamayo. So that wasn't a horse collar tackle. He must have said something or done something after that play. So that'll bring it out to the 31-yard line where the Cardinals have it 1st and 10.
It'll be 1st and 10 for the Cardinals on the 31-yard line.
Now, more traditional formation with twin backs behind Dorr. Quick pass, nearly intercepted that time. 2nd down and 10.
Tyler Dorr's pass is incomplete.
I mentioned that one of the features of a game where one team is winning clearly over another is once you get ahead by 40 points, then they just keep the clock running. It's called the mercy rule. And I would say tonight the mercy rule would be more of a mercy for the fans that are here in the stands where it's about mid-40s right now. And the first really cold night of the year, I think, that it's been this cold. That's a pretty nice weather overall. There's Dorr's pass, incomplete again, stopping the clock. Setting up 3rd and 10.
Hey, I got hot news off the wire, folks. Down at Timberwolves Cafe, everything's half off. Half off down at Timberwolves Cafe down at the snack shack.
So it's going to be 3rd down and 10 for Clear Lake. The ball at their own 30, just across the 30-yard line.
Nachos, chips, and sodas, all kinds of stuff down there.
Up to the line of scrimmage come the Cardinals, breaking the huddle now. 2 men split out to the right. 2 men left as Dorr brings them out on the spread formation this time. On 3rd and 10. Man comes in motion. That's Vertrees. Doors pass, incomplete, and he is hit right after he throws it. Good defensive pressure that time from Zach Silva. So they'll be 4th and 10. Now, Austin Davis not out there, meaning one less skill position, and for the Cardinals, they're going to go for it. Looks like. Maybe Dorr actually is going to punt, it looks like, although nobody's back to receive it for the Timberwolves. There's a snap, and Dorr's going to try and run, and he's tackled at the 22-yard line by Zach Silva. Timberwolves will have it 1st and 10. Also in there was Tristan Cooper. So Fort Bragg now will get the ball on the downs at about the 23-yard line. Tough break for the Cardinals, who were actually going to punt the football, but bad snap, and Dorr, the punter, decided to go ahead and try and take off, and he didn't get very far. In fact, he ended up losing yardage. So here we go. Tamai in the backfield now behind Kaylor Sullivan. We'll see if the Timberwolves run the ball. They do. They give it to what's called the Mayan Destroyer, and the little guy lives up to his name there as he bowls through the interior part of the scrimmage and picks up about 6 yards, it looks like, down inside the 20. But the beauty of that is the clock is running. Third quarter, we're just underway in the second half, 39-6. The Timberwolves have the lead. Again, Tamayo in the backfield along with Sullivan. Sullivan going to throw this time, looking to his left, going to the end zone for Baker, and he's got it. Touchdown Timberwolves, and a penalty flag comes flying in. I think it's going to be pass interference on Stevie Diaz as he tried to face guard Baker. And that gives the Fort Bragg Timberwolves a 45-6 lead. If Christian Flores can make the extra point, the mercy rule will kick in and the clock will run. He's missed quite a few, though, tonight.
Defensive pass interference.
So the pass interference call is just declined by the Timberwolves.
Touchdown's good.
Kaylor Sullivan with another touchdown pass tonight. So Flores will try the extra point. There's the snap. There's the spot. There's the kick. And he made it. So the Timberwolves now lead 46-6.
That makes the score the Timberwolves 46 and the Cardinals 6.
So with the score 46-6, I may have spoken too early about that mercy rule on the clock because they stopped it after that touchdown. So the Timberwolves will kick it off. Whitlock, K2 Whitlock will line up at the 40-yard line and tee it up. Jackson back to receive along with Stevie Diaz. The Timberwolves in their purple and white having a good game here tonight. I think it's pretty safe to say they're going to go to 4-0. Cardinals are going to go to 0-3. There's still a lot of time left, but anyway, there's the kickoff and taken at the 37-yard line, cross the 40 to the 42-yard line is Cardinals will take over there 1st and 10.
Cardinals will take
46-6, the Timberwolves.
43-yard line.
So Clear Lake breaking the huddle. We'll bring it up to the line of scrimmage. Dorr over center now with twin backs behind him. Man far out left, man slotted inside of him. They give to Jackson. He's going to pick up a couple yards. 2nd down and 8.
Number 21, the ball carrier for the Cardinals. Tackle made by number 50, Ty Sutton. Gain of 2 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd and 8 for the Cardinals on the 44-yard line.
Beautiful clear night here. As I've mentioned a couple times, kind of chilly, but just really, if you're out there playing, you couldn't ask for better fall weather. All right, the give now coming across is John Vertrees around the left side. He's dropped for a loss on the play.
John Vertrees, the ball carrier.
Losing about 3 yards back across the original line of scrimmage. It's going to set up 3rd and 11. Holla makes a stop for the Timberwolves.
3rd and 11 at the 41-yard line for the Cardinals.
Most of the crowd has stuck it out here for this game. Obviously, due to the Valley Fire and Clear Lake, not a lot of folks from Lake County made it over for the game here tonight, which is one of the reasons we're broadcasting this game on the web. Dorr gives to Jackson around the left side, and he's not going to get much. Maybe back to the original line of scrimmage that time. Brad Giacomello, that is, on the stop. Jackson getting up a little slow.
Jackson, the ball carrier for the Cardinals.
Setting up 4th and 10.
Number 26, Brad Giacomello on the tackle, the Timberwolves. That'll bring up 4th down. 4th and 10.
So really, if you're Coach Roy Perkins at this point, you just don't want to get anybody hurt. You've got a big lead. You can go into conservative mode here on offense and just try and ride this thing out without any injuries at this point. No need to build up the stats. And he doesn't do that. He's very careful not to really try and drop it on anybody when he has a chance. Well, a penalty flag comes flying in at the end of this punt. We'll see what that's all about. The ball, no one back to receive for the Timberwolves. Smart move. As I was just saying, you don't want to get anybody hurt, and oftentimes special teams is where that'll happen. Ball back at the 28-yard line, with the officials talking it over near midfield. What I have a hard time understanding is why the officials take so long to figure out a penalty. You go back, you say it was holding or whatever, and the referee comes over and tells you what it is. Well, let's see. What do we got?
After the ball was kicked, we have unsportsmanlike, 26, purple, assessed at the end of the run.
So another unsportsmanlike conduct call. And that'll move it back where the Timberwolves will be starting back pretty deep in their own territory now. The backup quarterback, I believe, for Kaylor Sullivan is Lucas Triplett, who's also, of course, the outstanding receiver. So if you're trying to keep somebody from getting hurt, you've got two of the most skilled and important players on their offense out there, and there's really no way to protect them at this point other than to just try and run the football and not put anybody in jeopardy in terms of any kind of a long pass or anything. We'll see. All right, here we go. They always run out of the spread. Sullivan is going to throw it. Catch is made by Brad Giacomello, and he's dropped after picking up a first down across the 25 to the 28-yard line.
26, Brad Giacomello. Tackle made by number 20, Stevie Diaz. Not until the Timberwolves pick up a first down at the 27-yard line.
So it'll be first and 10 Timberwolves. Brett Giacomello in the backfield along with Kaylor Sullivan. 2 men split out left, 2 men right out of the spread on the near hash mark now. Sullivan with a quick pass to Tyler Baker. Catches it at the 20, gets across the 25, and there's another penalty flag. I don't know if it's the same at other venues, but I'll have to say the only thing I could say about Timberwolves Stadium is our officiating crew loves to throw penalties. What do we got this time? Another personal foul. Face mask.
26 white.
Against the Cardinals. That's a 15-yarder. That's one of the big ones. Well, usually a blatant face mask is something you have to call. And I know it's not easy being a high school football referee either, so I don't want to sound too critical of these guys out there. It's just sometimes the whole flow of the game just is taken away, but oftentimes I guess those infractions occur, so you got to call them. Anyway, first down after the penalty for the Timberwolves. Sullivan looking out here to his left, takes a snap, passes to Giacomello coming out of the backfield. He gets across midfield and just bowls his way with a stiff arm over to about the 48-yard line that time. Stevie Diaz got the old forearm shiver that time. Picks up about 9 yards. It'll be second down and about a yard.
Second and 2.
6:27 to go, third quarter. Fort Bragg 46, Clear Lake 6. Sullivan gets the snap, looking right, now looking over the middle. Pass is incomplete. Intended for Cook that time.
Kaler's pass is incomplete. Pass is intended for Danny Cook.
So it'll be third down and short for the Timberwolves.
Third and 2 at the 46.
Timberwolves have a unique way of sending in plays. They hold up these cards on the sideline, the coaches. When we get a chance, we'll show you that on the video. It's kind of unique. All right, there's the give to Giacomello. He's got the first down. Rolls, spins, dives over the 40 down to the 38-yard line. Now maybe we can get a shot of the coaches here and watch how they send in the play.
Giacomello, the ball carrier.
They're holding up those cards, as you can see. They're color-coded. Sullivan will look over. You'll see those color codes. There he is, and then he looks at his wristband, and all the players kind of look at that, and they realize, okay, well, it's that play. Not a series of gestures, but actually color-coded. First and 10. At the 40-yard line, Sullivan back, a lot of time, throwing, got a man wide open. That's Brad Giacomello. He's got one man to beat. He cuts inside of him. Touchdown, Timberwolves. As Sullivan continues to just
Brad Giacomello with a 40-yard TD pass.
Have a tremendous night here at Timberwolves Stadium. That'll make it 52-6. Giacomello with a nice move inside after he had the man beat. Stevie Diaz on the coverage that time. Not much he could do. When you're backpedaling on a receiver and then have to set up to make a tackle, it's very difficult if the guy has any kind of moves at all to be able to plan and make the stop. But a nice move by Giacomello that time. All right, Flores with his extra point. Plenty of distance. It's good. So it's 53-6 with 5:34 to go here in this third quarter.
The Timberwolves 53 and the Cardinals 6.
You're watching MendocinoTV.com. I'm Lindy Peters, the old radio and television voice of the Timberwolves here. And it's getting a little, as I mentioned, chilly, and we work outdoors. The press box here, which houses the scorekeeper and the PA person, Tony the Mike as he likes to call himself, he does a really good job. But it's nice and warm in there and toasty. But out here it's This is full-length winter overcoat. It's not Chicago, but it's chilly. So 5:34 to go in the third quarter. The Timberwolves have scored 3 touchdowns here in this third quarter in less than 7 minutes. Kedu Whitlock will kick it off for the Timberwolves. Jackson and Diaz back to receive. Now there's hang up for some reason
In
here.
agreement from both coaches, we're going to have a running clock the rest of the game.
There you go. The mercy rule has now been thrown into effect, a running clock the rest of the game. So Whitlock will kick it off. Jackson picks it up the 15 to the 20, trying to get around the left side, and that's as far as he's going to get, the 20-yard line. Jasper Estes makes a stop for the Timberwolves. And the Cardinals, with the clock now running, will have it. This game was supposed to start, just to give you an idea, if you're watching this sometime later than live, it's supposed to start at 7:30. It is 10:15. So we're running on 3 hours, and we're not even through the third quarter yet. So that's why they, along with the point spread, have decided to run the clock. It's not going to hurt anybody's feelings, I don't think, out here. All right, Dorr takes the snap, gives to the first man coming through. Stopped by the Timberwolves defense. Jeffrey Morton, the ball carrier at that time. Didn't pick up any yardage that time. It was second down and 10.
Cardinals on the 25-yard line.
Dorr comes into the huddle for the Cardinals. And Clear Lake will run out of a pretty standard formation with twin backs. Dorr's going to throw the ball. His pass is incomplete, intended for Jackson that time. One of the things that Coach Roy Perkins had said before the game is he was hoping that because of the circumstances of the devastation of the fire over in Lake County, the Valley Fire, and because of the fact that the Cardinals were sort of a down year in their football program, they got a lot of young underclass starters and varsity players, and Fort Bragg has just been on such a roll that he was hoping that there wouldn't be a complete demoralizing wipeout here. Unfortunately, that's sort of what's happening. 53-6. Dorr over center, back to pass, 3-step drop, pass is complete to Vertrees. Vertrees is dropped short of the first down.
Pass is complete to number
setting up fourth down and about 5.
John Vertrees.
Call it 4. It was about a 6-yard gain that time. Ball up to the 32-yard line. So the Cardinals will try and, looks like they're going to set up in punt formation. Again, the Timberwolves do not have anybody deep to receive the punt. And the punt is blocked by Silva. Silva comes crashing through and blocks the punt that time. You can't knock special teams for.
Blocks the punt from the Cardinals. Timberwolves will take
one of the
first and 10
problems that
23-yard line.
The Timberwolves will put on an opponent is when you run that spread offense, that no-huddle offense, and you're able to control the football. The Timberwolves call a timeout, but I guess the clock stops.
Timeout, purple.
I guess the clock actually stops for a timeout. I would imagine what Coach Perkins is saying is this: look, just what I was mentioning a moment ago, it's 53-6. You know, you don't have to score a touchdown. You know, let's see if we can run some time off the clock, maybe get a first down or two. And I know that years ago, and I'm talking 20-some years ago, if not maybe 30 years ago, when Coach Perkins was the JV coach and the Timberwolves had a really excellent junior varsity team, he really never wanted to just pound on a team because he always knew that the next year his team might not be the team with all the talent, and that especially in those days, and I think to this day still, coaches stay with the program. And so he didn't want to embarrass an opponent because he didn't want them to then feel as though that they had to come back and embarrass him. And on the college level, you might recall when Pete Carroll was coaching USC and Jim Harbaugh was coaching Stanford. Stanford just drubbed USC one year and just kept scoring touchdowns. And at the end of the game, when Pete Carroll went to shake his hand, he said, "What's your deal?" And I'm sure Pete Carroll, when they got to the pro level, took a special delight when he coached the Seahawks when they were able to beat the 49ers the last couple of years. 1st and 10, the Timberwolves. Sullivan gets the snap, throws, pass is incomplete, intended for Giacani that time. Minute 30 to go, but there's a penalty flag down. At least now the clock is going to run during a penalty flag.
Block in the back, 62, purple. 10 yard.
So 10-yard penalty against the Timberwolves. And that's okay under the circumstances, as I just mentioned. I'm sure
right there.
The Timberwolves coach, Perkins, had just basically called that timeout to say, hey, you know, we blocked that punt, and that was great, but at the same time, you know, you don't want to, it's very difficult to tell a kid, especially when you start playing your reserves, not to get out there and show them what you can do, but at the same time, you don't, like I said, want to run up the score. A lot of the starters are not in there right now for the Timberwolves. Sullivan is, though, at quarterback. Takes a snap, back to pass, throws a swing pass to Strickland coming out of the backfield, and he trots out of bounds. Down to 30 seconds to go in this third quarter. 53-6. It's been all Fort Bragg here tonight. The Timberwolves, actually their first possession, the ball was intercepted, but then they turned around and picked off a Cardinal pass on their first possession, and then after that, the Timberwolves pretty much took control of this game. Sullivan getting pressure, throws it over the middle. The ball is tipped and incomplete. Intended for Estes. And that'll be the final play of the third quarter. With the score, Fort Bragg 53 and Clear Lake 6. We got 12 minutes of football left. Under the lights at Timberwolves Stadium, I'm Lindy Peters for MendocinoTV.com. Hey, 12 minutes of football left, and we'll have it for you coming up.
Hey, I'd like to remind you folks, Mendocino TV, Mendocino.com is doing this game a live broadcast tonight, and it's going to be rebroadcasted on the website at any time that you want to watch it. I'd like to thank Lindy and Mendocino TV for being out here braving this cold weather. And they're out here doing it on their volunteer time.
All right, here we go. Fourth quarter now. About to start. The Cardinals will be back on defense. Fort Bragg has a football. 3rd down and 15. And an incomplete pass, and after a 10-yard penalty, a short swing pass to Strickland on the series thus far. So 3rd down. Sullivan, short drop, getting pressure, steps up in the pocket, throws the ball, is caught, and tackle after pretty close to a first down. That was Shane Giacani who made the catch. I believe that might be a first down. It's right near the marker inside the 15-yard line. It is short by about a yard. Fourth down.
15-yard line.
So the spread formation out there. This time Jasper Estes is in the game in the slot. Looks like they've taken out Lucas Triplett. Strickland dives forward and picks up a first down for the Timberwolves on 4th and 1. As long as we don't get penalties, we could assume that's a first down. In fact, it is.
It'll be 1st and 10 for the Timberwolves.
So the Timberwolves will have it inside the 15-yard line down to the 13-yard line. 1st and 10, leading 53-6. And see if they keep that ball on the ground now that they're down in the red zone. Well, Sullivan's going to throw. It's a little swing pass out to Strickland, left side. Strickland is tackled and out of bounds on the far sideline inside the 10-yard line down to the 9-yard line as Vertrees comes in to make the stop for the Cardinals. Davis also in there, or Lewis that is, on the stop.
Good for 3 yards. It'll be 2nd and 7 for the Timberwolves on the 10.
Second down now as Sullivan gets a snap, looking to his right. Again, a swing pass to Strickland, who drops it. So it's now going to be 3rd down for Bragg. Under 10 minutes to go in the game now. Fort Bragg looking over sideline to get the play here. On the far hash mark as Sullivan comes up to the shotgun formation. Strickland still with him in the backfield out of that spread. He's looking to his right. Pump fake, throw, pass incomplete. Intended for Jasper Estes, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Kidder's pass is incomplete. That'll bring up 4th and 7 at the 10 for the Timberwolves.
You wonder if they're going to try a field goal. This might not be a bad time, not because they're trying to run up the score, but just because it's a good opportunity for Flores maybe to get a practice field goal in. I think that's what they're going to do here. He has struggled a little bit tonight on his extra point, so they're going to give him a shot at a field goal here. I think that ball will be spotted out near the 19-yard line, making it about a 29-yard field goal, and he's also got a little bit of an angle as the ball will be spotted on the far hash mark. So again, this is not intended in any way to try and run the score up. This basically is giving Flores a chance to try a field goal, maybe later on this season in a closer game, especially towards the end of the game, that this might be a good chance to work on this for him. And the rest of the squad that's out there on the field goal to have too much time, I think, taken. There's referee looking to delay a game, I think.
Delay, 5 yards, 4th down.
So it's a delay a game, and instead of letting Flores kick the field goal, they're going to send the rest of the offensive unit back there and bring their field goal kicking team off the field. And now they got Daniel Cook in at quarterback. Giacomello running in to fill out the 11 players to run this 4th down play, but Sullivan on the sideline now, which is a good thing. And he gives to Maya, who fumbles it, and I think it doesn't matter. It's 4th down. The Cardinals will have the football. (53-6), about 7 minutes to go in this game. Fort Bragg
Timberwolves were short of the first down. The Cardinals
not really
take over 1st and 10.
Giving it too much of an effort there, and rightfully so. And I have to go back to that timeout Fort Bragg called. I was pretty sure that's what Coach Perkins was saying, and it shows you what a good sportsman he is to tell his team you can't, I don't want to tell you guys to drop the ball or fumble the ball, but, we're ahead 53-6 over a team whose community over there has been devastated with that fire. There's no sense in running up the score. Let's just play the game out, and hopefully no one's going to get hurt. Most of the skilled position starters are not on the field right now. The Timberwolves, who are really blessed this year with having a lot of their skill position players coming back. Brad Giacomella, Giancani, who came up to the varsity late last year and did a great job. Triplett and Kaylor Sullivan and all those great skill position players who are back again this year after a great year last year. So the Cardinals, with the football, deep in their own territory, get stopped on the first two plays for no gain. In fact, about a yard loss. That'll be 3rd down and 11. Dorr huddling up the team there, and you almost hope that maybe the Cardinals will score a touchdown here, I have to say. 3rd and 11. Dorr rolling to his left. It's a keeper all the way, getting chased down from behind by Silva and tackled for no gain. I don't think he even got back. We might have got back to the line of scrimmage, setting up 4th down.
We'd like to thank MendocinoTV.com.
Under 5 minutes to go in the game now.
And rebroadcasting it on the website at any time so that you can watch it. We'd like to thank the Fort Bragg Volunteer Fire Department for being in the north end zone.
So it's 4th down, and again, Dorr will be back in punt
Clarence
formation.
Cardinal for showing up here at Timberwolves Stadium tonight. I don't know why Timmy wasn't here.
Dorr gets the punt away. No one deep to receive except an official. And the ball bounces down to about the 45-yard line, where Fort Bragg will have it with 4 minutes to go in the game. So there's a pretty good chance that this will be the last series for the Timberwolves.
All the sponsors tonight down at the Snack Shack that donated. Harvest Market, Columbia, David's Deli.
One thing, when you run the no-huddle offense, you still
Fort Bragg Fire Department.
You're still not going to huddle up, obviously, but a whole series of different personnel in there now. Looks like Daniel Cook is back in there at quarterback. Tamayo back with him in the backfield. As the Timberwolves coaches show the play. Cook gives to Tamayo. He breaks one tackle, steps through another, and pulls his way across the midfield stripe down to the 43-yard line of Clear Lake, where it'll be 1st down. Down to 3 minutes to go in the game. The Mayan Destroyer. That's his nickname. Jonathan Tamayo. In the backfield, he gets the ball again. Goes to the right side this time, and you could tell he's not that big, but he's tough to bring down. 5'6", 169 pounds. 2nd down and 6. 4-yard pickup that time. 2.5 minutes now to go in the game. It's been all Fort Bragg, 53-6. Cook waits for a moment before he runs the play, lets the clock run down. Now he gets set. Gives it to Tamayo again. Tamayo, tough runners, giving it all he's got. Gets across the 35 down to about the 34-yard line. Going to be short, I think, of the 1st down, but that's a moot point at this point. The Timberwolves, at the very least, are just trying to run out the clock, and if they get another 1st down, they'll be able to do that. could just kneel on the football at that point for 3 plays. So I would venture to guess that Tamayo is going to get it again here. As again, Daniel Cook just waits for the clock to go down, so he sees how much time he's got to run the play. Now he gets ready. Gets set. Gives it to Tamayo. And he's got the first down about the 32-yard line, and now all the Timberwolves will have to do is kneel on the football. 53-6 is Kaylor Sullivan with quite a night. Don't have a stat man with me, but I believe he threw 6 touchdown passes. He ran one in himself, and Brett Giacomello ran one in. And there's your 8 touchdowns. So the Timberwolves now, like I said, will just kneel on the football, and this game will end. They're just making sure the clock's going to run down. Cook will actually take the first snap this whole game on offense from right under center. And there it is. He kneels down, and that'll do it. The Fort Bragg Timberwolves have defeated the Clear Lake Cardinals in Game 1 of the NCL1 by a final of 53-6. Our thanks to the folks up here at Timberwolves Stadium who have donated a lot of their goods and services, a lot of the business community. All the money raised tonight at the Snack Shack will go to the Valley fire victims. We volunteered up here. I'm Lindy Peters along with Terry Vaughn to bring this game so that folks from Lake County will have a chance to watch it. They couldn't make it over here. And the kids on the team will have a chance to watch this at a later date. So that's going to do it from Fort Bragg High School's Timberwolves Stadium. I'm Lindy Peters along with Terry Vaughn for MendocinoTV.com. The final score once again, the JVs winning 38-20 and the Fort Bragg varsity winning as well 53-6. Thanks for watching.